Only one group dares to challenge this intergalactic threat, the Super Friends.
Hey everybody, Rez the Collector here with another action figure review. Today we're looking at the Crisis on Infinite Earths Batman Series 3 action figure. Now for any of you that have seen any of my previous Batman videos, you'll know that the blue and gray Batman with the yellow ellipse around the bat symbol is my favorite Batman. This is the Batman that was in the comics when I grew up, and of course the Superpowers TV show, and even the beginning of the Batman the Animated Series. So this is the costume that I love. This is the costume I'd actually really love to see Affleck in. But of course, who knows what we're going to get for that costume. Hopefully they'll be releasing that soon, as it is May, and they've been promising a release of that costume basically since February, and we haven't got it yet. But this is the costume I'd really like to see. Now this suit is also, or this figure is also, well, there went my grill, is also a prime example of changes being made between the prototype figure and the actual released figure. And I'm going to show you what I mean by taking a look here at the back of the package. First, let's get a good look at his face here, because that is where the main difference lies. So as you can see, he has an all blue cowl here. Now, if we take a look at the back, at the original prototype figure, you can see that he actually had the black, like, shadow mask over the blue in the prototype figure. Now, both figures are awesome to look at. I'm not actually sure which one I'd prefer to have. The black area on the mask is very cool, also very reminiscent of the comics. But I actually really like the way the all blue looks. I really do. It actually reminds me of the new Hot Toys Batman that is up for sale on Sideshow Collectibles right now. He of course doesn't have the yellow ellipse on the bat symbol, but the mask is very reminiscent. So just to take a quick look at the packaging, of course you can see it says Save Batman there. You can see this was back when DC did provide us with stands. This of course has the Crisis on Infinite Earths stand to it. And then just one quick look back at that back of the packaging again. You can see that there's write-ups on each of the characters here. The only other figure I have from this set is the Earth Prime Superboy, and I've already done his review. If you would like to go ahead and check that out, please go ahead and take a look at the videos on my channel. If you're liking those two reviews, there's probably a lot more that you'd hopefully enjoy on my channel, so feel free to go ahead and look through. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pause this video and get Batman out of the package so that we can take a closer look, evaluate his articulation, and see what's going on with this figure. I will be right back, everyone. Sorry about that, everyone. That was a rather abrupt stop. I use my iPhone to film my reviews, and I got a phone call, so I apologize for that. We were going to take a look at articulation. I want to be kind of careful. I don't want to bump the camera. I've noticed that in a lot of my videos that whenever I'm holding the figure and trying to look at things, like the background gets all wavy, like you're taking acid or something, and I don't know what about the iPhone does that. I know that a few other people also use Apple products to film their videos. Stuart uses his iPad, and his doesn't do that. I don't know if maybe there's just a setting that I don't know about or something, but sorry about that if you've ever seen that, and I'm sure you have. It makes me a little seasick, actually, to see it, but I'm going to try to prevent that from happening. So, articulation. He does not have a ball-jointed head. He has a straight peg head, like the Superboy, so just back and forth is all we're going to get, but that's completely fine. He does have, unlike the Superboy, he does have ball-jointed shoulders, which is very, very nice on here. Of course, we've got full range of movement there. We don't have any type of a bicep swivel. We do, of course, have bend at the elbow, and we do have a forearm swivel instead of a wrist. So, while that makes the figure look a little odd when you do forearm swivels, because it really distorts the lines of the arm, it's still, I guess, nice to have that little bit of articulation. Depending on the angle that you're looking at, you might not notice the forearm distortion. As you can see, Batman has one hand closed and another hand open to where he could be holding something, but he did not come with any type of accessory other than his stand. For the waist, there is no waist rotation whatsoever. He, of course, does have his awesome yellow belt, and that is a softer rubber for the belt, which is nice. And, of course, this is the classic Batman belt with the capsules instead of the pouches. He does have black underwear, and that's the only thing is if they were going to give him the black underwear, I wish they would have left the black at the face so that we had some matching there. For leg articulation, he does have very nice back and forward. Of course, he has bend at the knee, and thankfully he has absolutely no ankle articulation whatsoever. So we don't have rockers on him, so we're not going to suffer from ankleitis. And there's your fall, so get that out of the way. Yeah, I really don't know much more that I can really say about this guy other than if you have the opportunity, and I say this about a lot of figures, and I know I do, but if you have the opportunity to go and pick this guy up, I highly recommend it. Like I said, he is going to be my top Batman from now on. Because that is, of course, that's classic right there. That's a very classic look for him. And definitely going to get a prominent spot in the Batman display case. Well, I guess it's my everything non-Superman display case, I guess is what you can call it, because there's only one corner of it that's dedicated to Batman at this point. But this is my review of the Crisis on Infinite Earths Batman Series 3 action figure. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. I do like to hear from everybody, and I try to respond to everybody's comments. I know that I don't always get to them, and that doesn't mean I didn't read it or wasn't thankful that you left me a comment and didn't appreciate any kind words you may have left. It just means I'm lazy, I guess. One last thing is on my Superboy review, Jamie had expressed his disappointment that I hadn't done the table dance of the day. So I will go ahead and do that. I know it's just a goofy little gimmick, but if even one of my viewers enjoys it and nobody else has said anything bad about it, then I guess I will keep doing it. So for your table dance of the day, we have Bobblehead Superman, and you can see that he is he's getting his groove on there. You can also see how dusty my router is. Yes, Superman agrees that it is dusty. Alright guys, again, thank you for watching. This is Rez the Collector. Again, rate, comment, subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Hey everybody, I'm back. And as you can see, I've got Batman out of the package. Now before we get to the actual figure, I just want to take a moment to take a look at his stand. As you can see, it's Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's figure specific. This is going to be the last time I bring up stands. I bring it up a lot of my videos, and I don't think anybody at DC is watching my videos, so there's really no point to me bringing it up. I've made my stance on stands pretty clear in the past. I would really like if they would give them back to us, but yeah, it doesn't, me bringing them up just really doesn't make any difference whatsoever. So very happy that this guy has a stand. I wish they would give us stands with the new figures, but I really don't see that happening. So on to the figure himself. As I said before we got him open, this is my Batman. This is the Batman figure that I have wanted. I do have a Mattel version of this Batman, But he is the 2-pack Batman from the Azrael Batman 2-pack, and he has the battle damage on his bat symbol. And I may actually do a Mattel versus DC video after this, just comparing the two. I've been pretty hard on some figures lately, namely the New 52 Superboy. But I want to say that I actually, now that I have this figure in hand out of the package, that he is an awesome figure. This, I think, just took the top spot for my favorite Batman. That spot was previously held by the Arkham Origins DC Collectibles Batman, which is an amazing figure with amazing articulation and a just flat-out badass sculpt. DC, I think that's their peak right there with that Arkham Origins figure, in getting the absolute most out of articulation and keeping a just flat-out fantastic sculpt. That being said, though, this Batman has just taken the top spot. He doesn't, of course, have anywhere near the articulation, but the sculpting on this guy is fantastic. The only bad thing I can really think to say about him is the bat symbol's a little more stylized than I would like. I would prefer the straight, correctly proportioned bat symbol like you'd see on the Mattel figure. This one is kind of swooped inward a little bit, especially down at the bottom. It's very close together, which isn't indicative of the bat symbol of the day. So that really isn't comic accurate. But beyond that, this is an amazing figure. The sculpt, and I want to get a close-up look at the head here and make sure that we can get him in focus. Let's just start from the top. This is the perfect ear length, in my opinion, for Batman. They're not too long, they're not too short. There was a time in comics where artists were seeing how long they could get Batman's ears to be, and there were comics where it was absurd. It really, sorry, I'm kind of dropping him out of frame there. It really almost took you out of the story because the ears would be like way up to here. I mean, there was no way he would even fit in the Batmobile without having to have him like sticking out a sunroof or something. It got ridiculous, just completely ridiculous on how long his ears were. But this, to me, is the perfect length. Not too long, not too short. The face sculpt in and of itself is amazing. Look at, well, I just can't seem to get this in focus, can I? Look at the wrinkles and the expression they've got in that cowl. I really, really love this figure. They did an amazing job on... God, my hands just shake. They did a really amazing job on the sculpting for this figure. That is the best that I have ever seen. And I love the whiteouts for the eyes. That is very underplayed on this figure, and I love that. Going down the jaw portion of the figure is extremely well sculpted. He's got a very nice squared off jaw. All the lines are very, very clean. I don't really see any paint mishaps at all on this figure. He is just, I keep saying amazing, and I'd like to find another word, superb. He is a very superb Batman. Getting down below the chin, we've got, of course, the awesome sculpting there on the neck. You can really see the musculature, and of course the wrinkles on the cape, because this Batman cape could come all the way around in the comics and could kind of hang and hide his entire body. So they really, really displayed that well in showing how much material is here pulled back over the shoulders, that there is actually a lot of material, and that if he let that fall, it would basically cover his entire body. So they did that really, really well, especially here on this side. I mean, you can see that they didn't just mimic both sides. They put a lot of detail and sculpting into this. And that is just great. I mean, they made this figure so spectacularly well. And the wrinkles and how they did this cape. I mean, look at that. That is just... I'm not sure who sculpted this. Let me see if it's actually on the packaging. See if we have a sculptor listed, because whoever did it did just a fantastic job. You know, I'm not seeing a sculptor listed here. Oh, yes, here we go. He was sculpted by Jean St. John, and he did just a fantastic job. This, like I said, this is the #1 Batman in my collection now. I just straight down to the legs, just all the muscle definition that we got in here. The abs, the pecs, the biceps, the leg muscles, the calves. I mean, he did just a flat-out amazing job. So let's talk about our